Hi everyone, this is your 5.2 video. You are going to be taking some notes as you watch this video in your packet. And now that you've picked a topic for your social issues research project, we are going to talk about how you start doing your research on your topic. So today the goal is that you're going to be able to find 3 or more sources. You need 3 at the minimum, and that is going to help you start your research for the project. So once you find sources, you're going to be taking notes on your topic, and you're going to need at least 20 notes over the course of this project. So your notes are going to be graded actually as your mid-unit summative for this unit, and they're going to be graded on a couple different categories. So the first is that we will look at how noteworthy your information is, and that just means like, is this really important information and relevant information to your topic instead of like common knowledge, things that we already know. The second thing you're going to be graded on in your notes is how accurate and academic your paraphrasing is. So we're going to find a bunch of information from the sources, but then we need to put it in our own words. And so you'll be graded on your notes like how accurate and academic the language that you use to paraphrase your research is. And finally, this third thing that you're going to be graded on is how credible your sources are. And if you use the databases that I'm about to show you in this video, your sources will be credible. So like I said, the finished notes for this unit are going to be the mid-unit summative, and those will all be due on May 17th. You'll just submit your notes that you've been taking over the next couple weeks, and you will get summative points for this unit. So, like I said, if you are going to use the databases that I show you in this video, your sources will be 100% credible, trustworthy, reliable information. So what is a database? A database is a large collection of articles, magazines, newspapers, and academic journals that's compiled in one place. So basically, this is like a online storage house for a ton of information that is from these academic reliable sources. So we have like journal articles and newspaper articles, things like that, that are all in one place. And you can actually search a database by topic, which is what we're going to be doing for your research topics. So the Media Center has access to databases, and this will give you credible sources for your research. And these are the 3 that we are going to be using for this project. So all of these databases, these 3, are going to be linked on Schoology, and also they will be linked in your notes sheet for this unit. So you'll see that there's a document in Schoology titled Research, Social Issues Research Notes, or something like that. And these 3 databases will be linked right at the top of that notes document for you. You can also access them through the Media Center page, but they will be easier to find on our Schoology page. So the first database is called Points of View. This is the first link that you will see. And all of them are going to have kind of like a search bar up at the top where you can enter in your topic. So the topic that you've picked to research, you'll type it in right there, click search, and it'll come up with a bunch of articles that you can use as sources for your project. You can also scroll through. They have a section called In the News. So you might find some of your topics or information that's relevant to your topic in this section. You can also browse by category, so this might help you find more specific articles about your topic as well. The second one is called Procon. Same deal, you'll type your topic into the search bar and click search. It'll help you find a bunch of sources. And same with SIRS, this is the third database. So type your topic into the search bar and do some exploring for different sources. So you are also welcome to use search engines outside of the databases. So if you want to go find your own sources, that's okay. But if you find a source not from the database, you have to do a credible source test that we're going to call the CRAP test to see if your source is reliable or if it's crap. So I'm going to walk you through what this CRAP test is. It is also linked on Schoology. So CRAP is an acronym, C-R-A-A-P. So there's 5 factors to consider to see if this source is credible. The first is currency, which basically just means you are looking for a date that this article was written or published. If there's no date listed, that is a red flag. Don't use that source. If it was written before 2010, this means the information is kind of outdated and we want to try and find a more current source. If the article was written or revised in the last 10 to 15 years, you are good to go. That is a good sign. The second thing, the R in CRAP, is relevance. You want to think about, is this source directly related to the topic that you are researching? If it's not, that's a red flag. If the source is directly related to your topic and supports your argument, that is what you are looking for. The first A stands for authority. This is where you're looking at the author. Who wrote this article? If there's no author listed, that is a red flag. We want to find an author who is an expert in the topic. So that might take you actually looking up the author and seeing, what are their credentials? Have they written other things on this topic? Are they well educated on this topic? So you need to look at who wrote the article. The fourth thing is accuracy. So is the information correct and supported by other sources? You are looking for an article that has facts that are correct and they're backed up by other sources and citations. So can you tell where this source got their information? Did they list their citations and where they got that information? That's very important. Finally, you are looking at the P. It stands for purpose. So this is where we're going to look at the bias of a source. If the source is biased or intended to sell you something, that is a red flag. We want to look at sources that are well balanced and not biased. So we want a source that's intended to provide information, and it might present multiple sides of the issue to us, or it could make a strong case for one side, supported by many citations and other sources. So this is the CRAP test that you will go through if you choose to not use the Cooper databases. I really encourage you all to use the databases, though, to find some really good, trustworthy sources. All right, so once you find your sources, you're opening up this notes chart on Schoology. This document is very important. This is where you're going to put all your notes for this unit. You are going to put the link of your source right here in the first box. In the second box here, you are going to copy and paste a note directly from your source. And in the third box, this is where you're going to put that note in your own words or paraphrase it. So each row completed here is one note. That's why they're all labeled. So the next row is your second note. So that's what I just went through right here. Once you find a source on the database, it should have something on the right side of the screen here that says permalink. A permalink is something that you will copy in order to go back to your source. So it'll give you a link up here that you'll copy, and then you'll paste it right into your notes sheet. And that'll help you get directly back to your article anytime. All right, so you should be done taking notes by now. And now you are going to try and actually go into the databases and start exploring your sources. Remember, you need to find at least 3 today.